guys, how are you? Andy here. Yesterday I was supposed to be on the radio, but I didn't go because of the weather we've been having down here was pretty bad. So I didn't go, but I wanted to talk about this topic, and I had this topic picked out and planned out I was going to talk to you guys about. And since I didn't go on the radio, I decided to shoot the video on my drive to my political Republican event today. And so I want to get into this video, and the topic we're going to talk about is financing your vision. Now, what do I mean by financing your vision? Well, there's two things I mean by that. One, we all want to leave our 9-to-5 and become an entrepreneur, and that's what we're going to talk about. How do we leave our 9-to-5 to become an entrepreneur? How do we grow our business? How do we get financing to grow our business so we're not dabbling into our savings or our own money to do it, right? So we're gonna get into this topic, but before I start the topic, I want to make this statement to you guys. The next time you walk away from the desk, prepared to walk away from the desk. Let me say that again. The next time you walk away from the desk, prepare to walk away from the desk. Now, that statement can be taken in so many different ways, right? But for this video and this topic, the statement fits the video. Now, what do I mean by walk away from the desk and prepare to walk away from the desk? And this is what I mean by that. We all want to be an entrepreneur, right? We all have this idea in our head that, hey, I want to start a business. I want to be a business owner. I want to leave my 9-to-5. I don't want to work for someone else anymore. I want to work for myself. Now, being an entrepreneur is not as easy as everyone thinks it is, right? It's not as easy. It's sometimes being an entrepreneur is not for everybody. It's better just to stick to your 9-to-5, because when you decide to become an entrepreneur, you can't do it part-time. You have to do it full-time. You have to put the work in. You have to put the hours in. You have to have a product. You have to always fine-tune your product. You have to have this. You have to have this project put together. And this is what I want to talk to you guys about. What I mean by financing your vision. So let's go into it. Here's some tips I want to give you guys about deciding to financing your vision. One, if you decide you want to be an entrepreneur, you need to have a business plan. Okay? You need to have a business plan. What that means is that, and I know this is a little old school, back in the days when I started my business, one of many businesses that I have, I did it on a program, a business plan. I put together this plan, bought this program, put the vision in there, put the plan together, and it gives you steps to execute. It is very important that when you're starting your business, you have a business plan, because in case you miss a step, you can go back and correct that mistake that you made, or fix that issue, or fix that step that you missed, right? A lot of us have a vision, have an idea of being a business owner, starting a business, but we don't have anything in writing. We don't know what steps we need to take. Okay, so first step is having a business plan put together. Now, in the making of this business plan, you could also use this as a deck if you're looking to get VC funding or venture capitalists, right? You guys know what VC is. You can also use as a presenter to investors that may be interested in investing in your business. But two, also, if you miss a step, you can go back and see the step that you missed and rectify it. So it's like a checklist. Two, do not leave your 9-to-5 job with baggage. What do I mean by that? What I mean by baggage is that don't leave your 9-to-5 having enormous personal debt. Make sure you don't have a lot of credit card debts or car payments. You don't have a lot of obligations that requires you to have that 9-to-5 paycheck every 2 weeks, right? Because when you leave your 9-to-5 and you decide to become an entrepreneur, you're walking away from the bi-weekly or weekly paycheck, however your frequency of payroll is. You're walking away from getting that steady income to making your own money, right? Now, in the entrepreneur space, you might have a business that may take off right away. You might make $1 million in the first month. Who knows? I'm exaggerating the number. But for 9 out of 10 businesses that start up, it might be a year before you see a profit or even walk away with a payroll, with an income, or a paycheck, I should say. Because once you start the business, you have to keep funding the business. You have to put money into growing it, marketing, products, whatever your business may be. You know, you may need to hire a social media team, SEO services, whatever the case may be, you need to have funds to grow this business. And the money you'll be making from the business, you're going to be pouring it back into you're reinvesting in your investment. Okay? 3, by you not having debts, if you need to use your personal credit to grow your business, which 10 out of 10 business owners are going to be using their personal credit card for the first 6 months to fund your business. So you don't want to go in to a business, starting up a business, and your credit cards are maxed out, and now you're struggling to find money to invest in this business. You can't even get a loan from a bank or a credit union to grow this business. This is why it's very important when you decide to walk away from that desk, prepare to walk away from the desk. Just don't wake up one day and say, oh, I have a plan, I have an epiphany, I'm gonna start a business, but you have no funds to do it, because nobody's going to invest in your business as a startup. I mean, you got to really have some Elon Musk idea where everyone knows that this is going to take off and they're going to want to invest. So for the first 6 months to a year, you may have to use your own credit, and you want to make sure you have credit available. Next thing I want to talk about is, I tell my clients, all of my clients that are thinking about coming out and being an entrepreneur, while you're working at your 9 to 5, try to run your business off the radar. What do I mean by that? Most people get an EIN, open a bank account, and they call themselves an entrepreneur. Unfortunately, you're not an entrepreneur. You're not an entrepreneur until your business starts making money. Anyone can get an EIN and a bank account. Anyone can do that, right? But here's the thing though. When you get an EIN, now you're registered to taxes and you open yourself to IRS. What most people don't know is that if you don't make revenue or profit, or you open an EIN but you don't do something with it and open a business or associate the EIN to a business, if you don't do that, at the end of the year, you still have to file a tax return for that EIN. Now, you have to file a zero tax return if you make no money, but it comes with charges, accounting charges, CPA charges. Your accountant is going to charge you to do the books, file the taxes, and so forth. It comes with fees. If you're not in a position, or your business not making money, where are you going to get the money to pay these fees, right? So those are one of the 4 main steps I suggest that you do, or you follow, if you're deciding to leave your 9 to 5 and become an entrepreneur. Of course, there's more things that we need to talk about, like business credit. You need to have good personal credit in order to get business credit, because the banks are going to reference your personal credit to extend business credit to you. Now, they may not report that account to your credit report, which most business credit cards don't report to your business credit. However, if you do default, it will get reported to your personal credit, which puts you on the hook for that debt if your business fails. Okay? So this is why you need good personal credit. This is why you want to make sure when you're going to start your business, you're not leaving your job and you're having a ton of debt and you're drowning in debt. The last thing you want to do is go into a business, have debt, and now the business failed, you have debt and you lost your job, or you don't have a job and you can't go back to that company to work. Also, when it comes to business credit, it takes 6 months to 8 months to build a proper business credit portfolio. Just like personal credit, where we have Equifax, Experian, TransUnion. Those are the 3 credit bureaus for personal credit. and we have Identity IQ, or we have Score Navigator to monitor your personal credit, right? Most people don't have a login to all three bureaus, so you have one login to one site, but it pulls all three credit bureaus into one for you. In business credit, you have Equifax Business, Experian Business, Dun & Bradstreet, and you use Nav to monitor your business credit. So it takes 6 to 8 months to build a proper business portfolio where you can apply for business credit cards only under the EIN. Of course, your personal credit will be looked at in order to extend the business credit. Last thing is I want to talk about is that if you want to have a business and you want to get lines of credit, pay attention to what I'm saying. I'm not talking about personal credit card. I'm not talking about business credit card. I'm talking about lines of credit. Where you go to the bank and you get a loan against your business, you need to have a profit and loss statement and a tax return in order to get funding from a bank or a loan to grow the business, right? You cannot keep running the business at a loss. And what I mean by that, at the end of the year, you're showing zero profit just to avoid taxes, but expect to go to the bank and get a loan from the bank. It doesn't work like that. You cannot not want to pay Uncle Sam, show no profit, but want loans from the bank. The bank's gonna look at you, how are you gonna pay this loan back? Especially pre-COVID, post-COVID, so many scams went on. People created LLCs and fictitious LLCs and took out loans from these banks because all of their systems weren't functional because of limited staff. Now that things are back to some sort of normalcy, all banks are scrutinizing every document, every business application, credit applications before they extend credit. So it's very important that if you're going to go into the entrepreneurship space, either you do it the right way one time or you don't do it at all. Because if you don't follow the steps and do it the right way, it's a recipe for disaster, it's a recipe for failure. And now you're going to be in a whole barrel of debt with personal and business. Now, if you decided to do your business, you start your business, and a year later, you took out all these credit cards for business to float the business, but the business is failing, you have no choice but to close it down. Just because you close the business, you're not off the hook for the debt. If the business bankrupts or you close the business, you're personally on the hook for that debt. And that debt's going to come after you. The credit's going to come after you. So those are the few tips that I wanted to give you guys in regards to financing your vision. It is doable. It is possible if it's executed the right way. One time, one shot. So going back to the message, if you decide to walk away from the desk, make sure you walk away prepared. And this is what I mean by that statement. Now, if you guys have any questions, comments, drop it below in the comment section and I'll try to answer it for you guys. But I hope this video clarified this transition between a 9 to 5 and entrepreneurship. Talk to you guys soon. Have a good day.